I'm never gonna pay it off, so why? Gonna take it what I want, gonna take it what I want.
Inside the Show with Justin Allegri.
A very happy Father's Day to all of you from those of us here at Inside the Show. I'm sure we can expect to see a good amount of baby blue out on the fields today in tribute of all the great dads in our lives. Before the action gets underway on this Sunday, here's what happened around the league on Saturday. Starting off in the National League East, Justin Smoke turned in a nice performance offensively with 3 base hits. The Nationals were in Atlanta to take on the Braves, and Atlanta held on for the extra innings victory. The final score was 3-2. The Mets matched up against the Buccos at PNC Park, and it was the Mets who came away victorious. The final score was 4-2. John Neese started and pitched well enough to earn his 6th victory of the season. The Tampa Bay Rays paid visit to Wrigleyville to match up against the Cubs, and it was the Cubs who came out on top. The final was 4-0. Edwin Jackson earned the victory on the hill, tossing a complete game gem. He is among the NL leaders in shutouts. The Brewers took on the Cardinals at Busch Stadium, and it was the Cards who stole the walk-off victory in extras. The final score was 3-2. The Cincinnati Reds were in Phoenix to take on the Diamondbacks at Chase Field, and it was the Diamondbacks who came out on top, 7-0. Wade Miley earned a well-deserved win on the bump as he tossed a complete game shutout effort. The Colorado Rockies matched up against the Dodgers at Chavez Ravine, and it was the Dodgers who came out on top. The final score was 15-3. Carl Crawford was a fantasy owner's dream at the plate with 3 hits and 4 RBIs. Chad Billingsley started and pitched well enough to earn his 6th victory of the season. The Padres matched up against the Giants in San Fran, and it was the Giants who nabbed the victory. The final was 5-4. Michael Morse was a major force at the plate as he drove in 4. He is among the National League leaders in home runs. Jeremy Affeldt was victorious in this one, earning his 1st win. The Rangers took on the Bronx Bombers in the Big Apple, and the Rangers came away with the win, 10-4. Asdrubal Cabrera was a clutch performer at the dish with 4 ribbies. Robbie Ross earned the victory on the mound, his 8th of the season. The Toronto Blue Jays were in Boston to match up against the Bo Sox. The Red Sox came away with the win. The final was 6-3. The Cleveland Indians were on the south side of Chicago to take on the White Sox, and it was Cleveland who was victorious, 6-1. Corey Kluber was dominant on the bump, grabbing the victory with a complete game effort. The A's were in Motown to take on the Tigers at Comerica Park, and it was the Athletics who came out on top. The final score was 5-2. John Jaso was a force at the plate, driving in 3 runs. The Twins paid visit to the City of Fountains to take on the Royals, and it was Kansas City who came away victorious. The final was 10-2. Eric Hosmer collected 4 hits and led the charge offensively for the winning side. He is in the top 5 in the American League in hits. Jay Happ started and pitched well enough to earn his 6th victory of the season. The Orioles matched up against the Angels in Anaheim, and it was the Orioles who came away with the win. The score was 3-1. Wei-Yin Chen pitched into the 9th inning and collected the win on the mound. He only allowed 1 earned run. The Seattle Mariners paid visit to Minute Maid Park to do battle with the Stros. Seattle was victorious, 9-5. Carlos Quinton was a fantasy owner's dream at the plate with 3 hits and 4 RBIs. So that's all we've got for our Father's Day edition. Hopefully you're headed to the ballpark with Dad, or at least going out to have a catch with the old man. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning.